going on, duck plucker?
Hey, nothing much. Just fired up the old radio here. Copy me okay?
Yeah, I got a good copy of you. You, hold on a second here. You got a good copy on me?
Yeah, you're coming through about a 9, peaking up to about a 9, I guess. And how could you drink coffee at this hour, man? It's like, man, I'd be up all night if I drank coffee right now.
Nah, I'll have it now and I'll be in bed in 2 hours. You know, that don't affect me like that. But, you know, I don't know. It's not a big cup. It'll, tastes good though, boy. Shoo. It was a long day at work. We were busier today than we have been. We've been slow most of the week. It's right before Christmas. Nobody wants to get their cars worked on.
No, I don't want to get mine worked on. I gotta check my manual, man, see if anything's due in that car. It's got 18,000 miles. I've never done nothing to it except change the oil.
How many miles are on it?
18,000.
You should be well. You might have something coming up at 20,000. I would definitely check to see if you got something coming up at 20,000.
Well, like maybe air filter or something.
Or it could be transmission fluid change. You know, it could be transmission fluid change, something like that.
Transmission fluid in a manual transmission at 20,000 miles?
Oh, I forgot you have a manual. No, so it probably wouldn't be. Well, your gear oil would probably be absolutely fine. It should be right in your manual.
I know that. I'll have to check it out. Yeah. I think you're double with me. Did you get that PayPal?
Yeah, I got it. I told you I got it. I thought I told you.
You work up on the other band anymore or what?
I haven't tried it up there.
That's the one on sideband. It was all messed up before.
I know. I'm scared.
Yeah, you and that radio, man. I was just streaming a few shows on Netflix. Yeah, I don't know if like what you went through with what's her name, but at nighttime when that sun goes down, like right around now till bedtime, it's the toughest time.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty time. Well, any time's a shitty time. You know. Before, I don't know, I think mornings used to be the worst. And during the day for me, because at work, like, I zone out into my mind, whatever's in my head. Because I've been doing that stuff for so long, it's literally second nature what I'm doing, you know, and I could do it with my eyes closed. So it's like I'm focused in my head instead of work, you know. So, no, I know what you mean, man. It's rough, but you know, you gotta keep your hands busy, keep your mind busy.
Yeah, 10-4 and that. Yeah, well, during the day, it's never an issue. Anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh, so what's going to happen when he comes up here? I mean, it's like, you know, like that situation with your mom is so freaking weird. Like, why did it have to happen? Like, now he's coming up here for a week. Now I got to feel like it's like way back in the crappy good old days, man. That sucks.
Oh, look, I wouldn't stress it, okay? Please don't stress it. Please. I understand why you feel the way you feel. I get it. Trust me, I do. But don't stress it. It's just she'll do shit like that, and then like the next day, she'll completely forget about it. It's like a complete, you know, like it never happened. Like it's just it's hard to say, but it's the way she is, it's hard to not take it personal and to not take it a certain way. And I don't know the details of it. I could be wrong, but I mean, from my experience, she is just, you got to take it with a grain of salt, man, and kind of just move on. But this isn't a big thing, it's, and I'm not even thinking about it. Don't even worry about her. Okay. This is, we'll figure out what we're doing. Okay. She ain't got to be involved, so don't even worry about it.
Well, I mean, she should be involved, though. I mean, he's coming up here. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not holding any grudge or anything. I'm not mad or weird. I just, I just don't want to feel weird, about him coming up, and I don't want you to be in the middle and have any weird feelings, because this is a big time for you, So I don't want you to feel uncomfortable in any way. So we'll play it by ear, I guess, and see what happens. So hey, your audio's sounding good, man. Is the radio working? Okay, what am I giving you on that on that S meter?
The world's wackiest S meter. No, you're giving me about 9.5, 10 pounds, bounce up to a 10. So you're giving me pretty much exactly what I'm giving you. Man, that WTWW has hit me a 50 overlay at like 2 o'clock in the morning. They were blasting in here. Yeah, it's weird, man. At like 2:30 in the morning, they'll just stop whatever they're doing, like in the middle of a song, and just shut the transmitter down.
Yeah, I didn't hear them this morning when I got up. I got up real early, like 2:30, and I didn't hear nobody on that frequency. So, I wonder how many people actually even listen to that, to be honest with you, anymore. Like, what kind of listeners they get, Be nice if you dropped them an email or something, tell them you listen and stuff. They appreciate that kind of stuff. So, but your radio sounds good. And I was going to say something else, and I can't remember. Oh, as far as the S meter, the next time I come over, I'll bring my little frequency generator and just check it. But see, like on that calibration thing, if it says -70 and 10 megahertz, you got to set your frequency generator to -70 dBm and at 10 megahertz. Then put a signal into the radio and then hit that button, and it calibrates everything to that. Now, my signal generator is -73 dB, which is an S9. It's 50 microvolts. So I would change that 70 to -73. Put my signal generator on the radio, and then hit that button in the menu, and then it'll calibrate everything perfectly. Because, like I sent you in that thing, these S meters and these radios, man, I mean, you don't want to calibrate, man, that SDR to some Cobra 29. I mean, they mess with those meters and those radios. Oh, it's a quiet receiver, it's only a 2, and the noise level. I mean, you read the thing, right?
I've read that before. I don't know if you sent it to me before or where I came across it, but I read that exact same thing before. Oh, you probably sent it to me, because I think back when I was asking, you were telling me how the S meters work, how it varies with the bandwidth. It takes all that into account of the odd frequency bandwidth, of everything. So I think you sent it to me before. I think you were the one that sent it to me before, but no, what I did. Like, thinking back on it now, it's funny. I shouldn't. I don't know why I did it. But, oh, man, I just didn't even cross. I didn't even put two and that even. I guess I was late. It was late. But I calibrated it to WTWW when they were giving me like 50 over. And I just hit calibrate, and then it did it to that. So I guess it turned the S meter way down.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, and then you can't get it back. I mean, unless you save the database and all, I mean, that's the thing with the Anon. It's like, a lot of times it's not for everybody, man, because there's so many things you can adjust to that software. I mean, it's good in some respects, but it's bad in other respects. get yourself in a lot of trouble. It's like, you know, can you imagine, like, every Tom, Dick, and Harry that bought a new car could map their computer in their car?
No. That'd be, oh my God, be disastrous. No, I get it. No, you can literally adjust every single parameter on this radio, everything about it. It's infinite. The possibilities are endless. You can go in there and adjust the tune of the finals, the bias on the finals. You know, in these menus, if you wanted to, it gets that in depth. You know. But no, I mean, it's obviously been a learning curve, but it's been good because I've learned it in this thing like inside and out. You know, I've literally learned it. I know this radio like pretty much like the back of my hand now.
I just wanted to work up on that other band, make sure there's no issue, because it used to work fine up there.
You want to go up there?
Well, we can try it. You want to try, 400?
Yeah, all right. Give me a minute. I'll be up there.
Take your time.
All right.
Romeo W2 SDR. W2 SDR. Whiskey 2 Sierra Delta Romeo. I just checked down on 45. I don't hear my friends down there tonight. Sometimes they get on at night. W2 SDR standing by.
W2SDR, KC3JVA.
Yep, it's absolutely perfect.
Is it really?
Yep, sounds great. You got your pure signal on?
No, it's not on. Hold on, let me turn it on. All right, pure signal is now on. Hello, 1, 2, 3, KC3JVE.
Yeah, it's perfect. No weird sound, no nothing. Sounds absolutely fine.
Thank God.
All right, son.
Oh, good Lord.
See, now I know, man. It's like, if it gets messed up, you've been in them menus. It's like that guy Joe DeMary, I know. He's a friend of mine, WAI. And he is just a clicker and a pointer. And I said, I wish I could tell them software developers a lockout setup button on your software.
I'm over here laughing so hard I'm trying not to set my Vox off, so I'm over here covering my mouth as I'm laughing.
And Joe DeMary is one of my best friends on the radio, man. The guy is like 87 years old. I'm going to send you a picture of him in front of a pancake restaurant that he was in, and he is just an unbelievable dude.
A pancake restaurant?
I've known him for I don't know how many years on the radio. I've never had a chance to meet him, but I got a picture of him here somewhere. On here in front of a pancake restaurant, in a pancake restaurant. Where do you check this guy out?
What's his name now?
Oh, here it comes on your phone. The biggest pancake man I ever saw. This is him. He lives down there in Florida. He was originally from Florida, I guess about 7 or 8 years ago. SDR.
KC3JV. Hold on, let me, I didn't get it yet. My phone's, something's wrong with my phone. There's stuff that you send me and say I don't get, and other people tell me the same thing.
Yeah, it says I got to resend it. Like it doesn't respond, not responding, or something like that. It's It's weird. That's because you got that ghetto phone service.
Oh my God! Look at that pancake.
There's Joe, man. Can you believe that?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. He goes to that Orlando Ham Fest every year down there. You should the Ham Fest. He has these turkey legs, man. They're the size of like they're a foot long.
The turkey legs?
Oh yeah, smoked turkey legs. They sell at that Ham Fest. It's unbelievable.
That's great.
Scrolling through these pictures. Oh man, these pictures of Michelle. I gotta X them out.
Oh God, you gotta get rid of them.
Yeah, I gotta go over this phone. You know, like you store them all in the cloud, and I delete them off the phone, and then they like show back up again.
Man, you gotta. I don't know. Sometimes, man, you gotta. I've gotten rid of phones. Just tossed them because I couldn't get rid of shit on them.
Oh, here comes Joe with a turkey leg.
AC3 JVE. Hold on, let me see.
I mean,
Yeah, it'll take a minute probably to get it.
this guy is the best.
He looks like he'd be hilarious. This Vox sounding right?
Sounds great. It really does. This guy, back in the day, he's been a ham. You know how old he is, I told you, in his late 80s. You know, back in the 30s. He had a Volkswagen Bug, one of them old Volkswagen Bugs with a AC tube amp in there. 500Zs in that Volkswagen on ham running 2,000 watts back in the day.
No way.
Honest to God, man, this guy done everything in this hobby.
That's awesome. Where's he from?
Oh, he lives in Florida now, in Florida, but he's originally from Tomball, Texas. He had a big ranch in Texas before he moved. His wife passed away, and he met this other woman. Now he lives down in Florida.
I knew a girl. I dated a girl. I don't know if you remember that girl I dated. Natalie was. Natalie. She rode horses and stuff. She had dark hair. Anyway, she went to school in Oklahoma Panhandle State University, and I guess that's she used to talk about going to Tomball. I guess it was out by that school somewhere. I guess, but she always used to talk about Tomball. I always think about how funny of a name it was.
Oh, he had a big 100-foot tower out there, man. All kinds of radios. Yeah, Joe DeMary, that's his name, and W5JI, and yep, really a good guy.
Yeah, Dan's really quiet up here.
Oh, it's great. I mean, there's nothing like it up here. My noise. What's your meter reading up here? Now, you have your attenuator, the regular receiver. Is it down to 0?
Yeah, it's down to 0, and I got a 6. I'm S6.
All right, mine's a 2.5. Now, see, your noise level's a little higher where you live, I think, a little bit anyway, but the 200D had a more gain in the preamp than the 7,000 and 8,000s do. So residual noise is going to be a little bit higher on the 200s than it is on the newer ones.
Right. I remember yours, back when you had this radio, it was still much quieter than this.
Yeah, well, you live, I mean, it's where you live. Look where I live. I live in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's hard to compare this where I'm at, you know?
Oh, no, I get that, you know. I'm obviously taking that into consideration, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think it should be that big of a difference, but you never know. Maybe it is. I mean, there's only one way to find out. You can, whenever you want to bring that over, your signal generator over, that'd be great, man. We could see where this thing, where it stands.
But I'm saying minus 73 dBm is minus 73 dBm. I mean, if my meter is calibrated at a 9 on minus 73 dBm, and so is yours, I mean, that's that. So if your noise level is higher than mine, your noise level is higher than mine.
No, right. No, absolutely. You're right. Well, I put it back to how it was when I first reset everything. I saved the database immediately and saved the restore point in the computer immediately. Okay, and and I've already and made use of it, and I put it back to this. This is where it was after I freshly reinstalled everything. So I guess this is probably is what it is. But this is definitely substantially higher than what it was. 2S units higher than what it was before. I had this last freak out.
W2SDO, I just switched over to the headset.
Oh, KC3JV, yeah, I can tell.
I gotta upstairs and refresh my cocktail, but anyway, the headset's real, man, on Vox and everything. I love it. I can go all the way out almost to the mailbox with it.
That's awesome. I've caught you on gate up on the other one at nighttime when you were, or I don't know if it was a morning or a night. I don't know. One time you're upstairs getting another drink and you're on the headset. No, you're making another cocktail and I got you up there. Your shaker's setting off the Vox.
Whoa. I'm sorry. What was that?
I said your shaker. I said I got you on video of you walking around on the headset up on 75 meters, down on 75 meters, talking to the guys. You walked upstairs to make another cocktail, and your shaker was setting off the Vox.
That must have been somebody else. That wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
No, it was some other drunk.
Yeah, some other drunk W2SDI.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. You think you're pretty funny.
Yeah, I try to be. Don't tell me I'm funny looking.
And I love it. Sometimes the radio goes wacky, though, because I use that VAC 1 for my mic preamp, and sometimes my audio gets distorted when I go back on the mic.
I'm never going near that again.
I could set that stuff up for you. I'm pretty good at that, and I've been down the road, so if you have to use it, if you really have to use it for something, but I come up and get another cup of coffee or something in the morning, and I can, get on this and not miss a beat,
That's nice, man. Sounds really damn good. You'll hear it. I've been recording you, so you'll hear it.
Yeah, it does okay. I mean, for what it is, man, the microphone's about the size of a head of a pin. This thing, though, I showed you what that headset looks like.
I really want to try remote operating. I really, really want to try that. But first I want to get rid of this hard drive, get a solid state drive, and basically rebuild this computer from the ground up, so I know that it's like brand new, everything in it, start from scratch with it eventually. And then I want to try remote operating.
I'd run that all past Lagan when she comes up. What the?
What?
She's coming up here, so she needs money, or else she couldn't come up.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. She said, well, you saw that. I sent you a picture of the text message. I don't know what the situation was, but she had to spend, there was that text message, and I talked to her later in the day, and she did have to spend the money that I gave her for child support, but she, I don't know what the situation is between her and her ex or whatever, but she had to spend the money, and, I guess if it came down to it, she could have, probably really scraped by to get up here, but instead it made it a little easier on her, and helped her out a little bit.
Why does she want to come up here?
So I can see Dixon for Christmas.
Okay, so she's coming up out of the kindness in her heart for you.
I guess so. I guess.
I mean, I'm just saying, these women, like, always look see if they got an axe to grind, No, I'm serious. I mean, really, I don't mean to be cynical or anything, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, it was just kind of out of the blue. She literally sent me a text message one morning saying, how would you feel if me and Dee came up for Christmas? I said, I would obviously be great. And then literally her next text message was, oh, by the way, before I could even say, obviously, that's great, I said, or she said that, by the way, me and Sean are probably breaking up, and my therapist said to get back with you. That was literally what she said. And I didn't really say much back to that, and that was never brought up or mentioned ever again. We just after that it was just talking about date, what were the dates that they were going to come up, and the logistics of it all. But then I talked to Dixon, I think 2 or 3 nights ago. But besides that, it wasn't that wasn't ever brought up again. I don't know if it was a joke. I don't know how to take it, so I kind of just left it alone. I didn't bring it up again.
All right, I'm back on the mic. Is it messed up?
No, it's not messed up.
Okay, well, sometimes it gets messed up and I got to restart the program, so.
Your audio sounds nasally, though. I couldn't even really tell a difference between the 2 mics.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, this is my usual setup right here.
I don't know. It just sounds a little more nasally this evening. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It is just you.
It obviously is.
So I don't know what filter you're on there, but anyway, that sounds good. I mean, it's just I don't know about the getting back together business there, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. And then, well, I had asked her, I texted her about a week ago and said, I don't know who you planned on staying with, but I know I have Wi-Fi and cable and stuff, so Dixon will be well entertained, and I'm setting his room up for him, and so he'll have his little space. He can go up there and do whatever he wants and get away from everybody, and to play PlayStation online if he wants to until his heart's content, if the whole time if he wants. I don't care. And she said she was planning on staying with me anyway, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're going to be here for 6 days, so we'll see. I'm just excited to see my son. That's all I really honestly care about. I'm excited to see my kid. That's the point of this whole thing. It's not about me and her. It's about me and him, and that's all I care about. And I'm gonna have off taken to the Flyers game Thursday night. Then I got off Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and we'll have dinner. We'll get you over here, get everybody together. Figure out the logistics, all that, and it'll be good. It's going to be a really, really good week, man. I'm like super, super pumped, and it got here really fast. It's like today's Friday, it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They're going to be here in 3 days. 4 days, at the end of the 4th day there. So it's coming up real fast.
Oh, it's Tuesday, right? They're coming up?
Yeah, they'll be here Tuesday evening.
Yeah, okay. What kind of car does she have?
Got a brand new Mitsubishi Outlander. It's like a little SUV.
Now, those papers that you filled out and all, were you able to get all that information that he wanted from the VA?
I was able to get everything that I could get. I talked to Lakin, and she said she should still have my actual DD-14 and that paperwork. So she's actually looking. I don't know why I didn't tell you this. So she's looking into that and looking for the paperwork, and if she has it, she's going to bring it up. But she's the last person that had all my military stuff was with her in our files together. And she said last time she looked for her through her stuff, she said she saw some of my stuff in with her, so she's going to look through the files. I talked to her yesterday about it, and she's going to look through the files and see what she has, and whatever she has, she's going to bring up.
Yeah, okay, because you could get, if she don't have that, you could get that stuff from those numbers and phone numbers and people I told you about.
No, I know. I'd much rather not call somebody if I don't have to. I honestly don't like talking to people on the phone. But if she has it, she's gonna bring it up, and then we'll play. We'll go from there.
I understand all that, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, she's got, it seems like in a lot of respects, she's got her act together, and, this would present, if you got all that stuff straightened out with Steven and the VA and all that, that makes a real good impression on her, and the situation with Steven and, with Dixon and everything. Do you follow me? Like, you're really on point,
Oh, right. You're absolutely right. I get you. And, you bring up, you make a good point. No, you're right. and we'll see how things go. And that's why I want to get this. One of the reasons I want to get this taken care of, and and also obviously for my sake, and get and guess what get what should be what I think should be coming to me, as well as obviously other people do too. So I don't know. We'll see how we'll see how it goes. But hold on, my mother's calling me.
Oh, tell her I said hello. Yeah, reach out to her for me there.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, no problem. W2 SDI. Try this monitor here. W2 SDI. Whiskey 2 Sierra Delta Romeo. W2SDR. Back in just a second.
KC3JJJJJJJV. W2SDI KC3JV.
I'm back. I just had went upstairs for a second. W2SDR. Are you off the phone?
Yeah, I'm off.
Pass along my message?
Yeah, I passed that right along.
I bet.
Yeah, I sure did. So is this thing looking okay on the pan adapter and everything as well?
Yeah, it's way too much bass for my taste, but it looks fine on the pan adapter.
Yeah, literally all I did, I could probably take some bass out of it if I messed with it, but literally all I did, I made a sideband profile, and like I did before, was change the AM profile and just narrowed it up, to 3100, and made that my sideband profile, and set the Vox up where I had it before, and changed it, the release time or whatever, and turned that up. But that's literally all I did. But yeah, I could probably take some bass out of it.
Oh, in other words, you heard that guy K2YN. You probably have 3 times more bass than him.
Really?
I'll let you hear it. It'll give me a minute because I got to shut my vac off. I'll play it back over the air. Hold on.
No, you don't have to do it.
Hold on.
I don't want to hear it. I just want to turn it down. The side file, and like I did before, was change the AM profile and just a sideband profile, and like I did before, was change the AM profile and just. That doesn't sound that bad.
Did that come through at all?
Yeah, it came through fine.
Yeah, but I don't think it was the way I wanted it to come through. Did you hear any bass?
No, it didn't really sound bassy at all. It sounded fine. It sounded perfect, honestly.
No. Hold on a minute. I'm around. Hold on a minute.
Oh, boy. Come on. The sideband profile, and like I did before, was change the AM profile and just. Yeah, it sounds bassy. a sideband profile, and like I did before, was change the AM profile to yeah, it's pretty basic.
Yeah, I mean, you can be what you want, but it's ridiculously basic, in my opinion.
All right, well, I cut back at 50 and 150 hertz. I put some cut in there. Does that sound any better?
Nah, it's still really basic. You know, you're better off putting your EQ back and just going into your transmit profile and dialing in, 50, 80 on the low end, something like that, and just cutting it off there. Rather than mess with your EQ, I would just put your EQ back and just cut it off in the transmit filter. I mean, it's crazy, basic. See, I don't listen to it because I'll put you on 2.9 and I cut it off at 150 in my filter. And so, man, I'm not going to listen to that.
You really hate the bass, man.
Well, the problem is people don't sound like that normally. It makes a person sound like they don't really sound.
Right. Yeah, it's different tastes.
Oh, yeah, but you're supposed to be able to sound. I look at it. You're supposed to sound natural, like a person if you're sitting. You listen to broadcast stations, all the broadcast stations, AM, FM. Nobody sounds like that.
Well, some people have a natural voice that sounds like that.
No, nobody. I know you, and I've talked to you in person. You don't sound like that. You're like the Wizard of Oz, like that other guy. It's the guy behind the curtain, man. It's like, I want to sound as big as I can sound. I am 15 feet tall. Yeah, I call that Wizard audio, man. It's like, listen to that. Did you ever watch that movie, The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Here's this old guy behind the curtain, and everybody thinks he's this big, like, ruler of the world. Then when someone curtain back, he's just this little old guy with, like, this regular little voice.
All right, I cut. So, does that sound any better there?
Oh, let me put my wide filter on. Go ahead, try it.
All right, there. Here we go. Does that sound any better there? Hello, test 1, 2. Hello, test.
Okay, that's more like it. I mean, it's real bassy still, but it ain't like it was. So, see, the thing is that bass uses up all your power. So your peak power that somebody can hear you with is not there. You don't have any more power left because it's picking up, it's using it up all on the bass that nobody is hearing on the other end.
Right, I understand that. I get that, but most of the time the signals are as well. I guess if you're DX, I mean, I guess that's why you can have different profiles as well. If you're DXing and you're trying to get to somebody who can barely hear you, you're gonna want a profile you can cut through the cheese, cut the mustard with. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody's 20 over or 30 over, or at this juncture 10 over, you can dial up the bass a little bit.
Well, most people can't hear it on their radios. They can't even hear what you're dialing up.
Okay, I got you. But I didn't dial up anything. I didn't dial nothing up. I just dialed the bandwidth back.
Anyway, so that's that. So at least it ain't all distorted, and it's working good up here. There's nothing strange about it.
And amplifier's been on the entire time as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, what you did was, why it was messed up before is like you screwed up the radio by screwing with it. So, there you go, man. It's cockpit error. That's what Joe DeMario always says, cockpit error.
Yeah, cockpit error. So, all right, look, I cut it back, and I went up in the equalizer tab, okay, and cut it back through there, okay, and cut the low end there. Now go back to my transmit profile and save the transmit profile. It'll save it that way. When I go back, to my AM profile, the transmit, the equalizer will go back to my other profile.
Yeah, well, all right, that was a mouthful. If this is your sideband profile, it'll save it. Then when you go back to your AM profile, if you didn't do anything to it, we'll go back to the other way.
Right, that's exactly, okay, yeah, and, okay, that's what I said. Well,
Liz, you drink too much coffee. W2SDR.
yeah, I drink too much coffee.
Them guys I talked to in the morning on 45, man, very, very knowledgeable. Ernie and Brian and all those guys, man, they know a lot about stuff.
I know, that's what you were telling me. You told me a lot of guys worked with a lot of the development with the Anon.
Yeah, but even in radio in general, the guys that don't even SDRs, I guess I have 7,000s. Ernie has a 7,000. The other guys got ICOMs and like 80, I forget the ICOM, 7800s, 7851s, different radios, but, all of us have been around the block, with all this stuff.
I wouldn't mind getting a 7,000, selling this and paying a little extra and buying a 7,000.
Is that what you're going to do?
I wouldn't mind doing it.
Now, it's a big increase in price. I don't know if it's like once you get to a certain level with a radio, get any better, you got to pay a lot more for just a little bit.
Right. Well, I mean, okay. I guess I'd have to check prices again, but comparing to what I pay for this and what I've seen these go for to what I would have to pay $800 to $1,000 more probably.
Well, the only difference that I could ever see between the two, mine's got a little bit lower noise floor, but in your location where you are, you wouldn't see it high noise where you live. So the little bit of a difference that there is, you'd have to live out in the middle of nowhere like me to see it. So in my opinion, where you live, it makes no difference. And probably even where I live, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have a kid like you that I wanted to give the radio to.
Right. Okay. Understood. They're so close, and see, the only really thing I should be thinking about or focusing on is getting this computer fixed and getting the heart of this radio and the operating system for this radio up to par and get that all squared away. That's what I really need to do.
Well, it makes you think it's not okay now.
Well, it's with all these issues I've had, and there's been like, well, not hiccups this last time, but before where I would close the program out, I would open it back up, and something wouldn't be saved, or it wouldn't be on the frequency I had it on, or the AM profile was different. It's always something. Everything's been okay so far, with this last reset of everything, but it's always been something, and I had to reinstall Windows 3 times, man, this time, get it to get things back to normal.
W2SDR.
EC3JVE.
All right, let me explain something to you if I didn't explain it to you before. When you shut this program down or do anything in that setup, it takes about 15 seconds for it to take effect. Did I ever tell you that?
No, yeah, I know this.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is, if you shut the program down and you don't wait that amount of time, it's not going to save anything. You got to take your time with all this stuff, and you could see it on your CPU percentage. Has not dropped down to where it's supposed to be. I guarantee you, Perry, if there was a way I can erase the setup word on the top of your software so you could not get into that, you will never have another problem with your radio and that computer. I'm serious. If you think putting a solid state drive is going to fix it, what has gone wrong with yours, you're totally wrong. You just stay out of the setup menu and take your time when you shut the radio down, when you change transmit profiles. It takes 10, 15 seconds for that stuff to take effect before you start clicking around.
Okay, I got you. Understood. You're right. Oh, okay, all right.
Percentage. You go into that setup and hit
hello test.
Whatever you hit in there, like okay, get out, you'll see the CPU percentage jump up. And it takes a while for it to come down. That means you're still trying to write stuff to the software. Same when you power down the radio. You hit that power knob. Say, for example, like I'm on Vox now, right? And Vox is not saved in this transmit profile I'm on. If I shut the Vox off and turn the power off, and I start the program up right away, the Vox will be on, even though I didn't save it in the transmit profile because I didn't give it enough time to write the stuff back to the software.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So, and especially if you were to just exit out of the program before powering down.
First of all, you never do that, okay? Never, never, never. You hit the power button, wait about 10 or 15 seconds, then X out the program.
Okay.
See, I'm getting an insight on what's going on over there. It's not like you're dealing with YouTube where they just click and, you just got to take your time with this radio. I mean, it's fine, but man, you just got to take your time no matter what computer you have. So you down for 10 or 15 seconds, then exit out, then shut your computer off.
I've never just exited out of the program.
Well, at least you're honest enough to admit it. Okay? But a lot of the stuff that's been going on with that, and that's the problem if you're not on the ham bands and talking to us, just on the other band with it. You're not getting any of this input just by sitting there listening. You following me?
No, you're right.
Hey, look, I've learned the hard way with this stuff. It's like I'm big in asking questions and big in listening, but I like to hang with people that know more than me, not less than me. I'd rather be a small fish in a big pond rather than a big fish in a small pond. You follow what I'm saying?
All right, you make as usual. You make perfect sense. I got you. You're right. No, I got you. And I've learned the hard way a lot with this, but it's like I said earlier, it's been a learning curve, and and I'm learning as I go, and I like to learn as I go and learn things as on my own and find out the hard way. It's been my my mantra my entire life, and I think we all know that. But I think I've grown to know one of the most complicated radios out there pretty damn well, and that's not many people can say that. So, and it's just there's a lot of information out there, and like you said, like you said before, it's all open source. There's no manual. If you want something like that and something proprietary, you go and buy a Flex, where you can call customer support. With this radio, you can't do that.
Well, but you got great, really, really smart people on the forums, the Apache Labs community, as well as the Yahoo group. Scott, W2O, guys like that, Brian, W4WMT, all these guys that'll help you out like crazy. And it's a great radio. I mean, but you just got to get it's all fun, though. I mean, it's all a bunch of nothing. This radio stuff is all a bunch of nothing. So you mess your radio up, so what? I mean, you fool with it and you get it back, but it's not like you're operating on somebody's brain,
Oh, you're right. It gets frustrating too. And that's why it's a hobby. Yeah, that's what this hobby's all about is messing with stuff and tinkering with stuff and messing it up and fixing it and doing this and doing that, That's why I like it, and that's what keeps me interested and keeps me going, If it was just turn it on and talk every single day or listen, it would get kind of monotonous and get kind of boring, So there's many avenues to this hobby as well, so. All right, man, I'm about to go make some dinner. I'm absolutely starving. I haven't eaten, I had a cheesesteak for lunch, guy. Where I go, guy Kevin, other technician at work, had that Porsche I worked on. I ended up fixing it for him. He couldn't figure it out. But I fixed it. He bought me lunch today, so I got had a big old fat cheesesteak for lunch.
All right, I'll let you go. I got to get something to eat, too. I haven't eaten anything for dinner, and I told you the hotel on Monday night's got $1.95 cheesesteaks.
No, really?
Oh my God, and they're great too. $1.95. Can you believe it?
That's no way. How big are they?
They're big. I mean, I told you before, they're about 10 inches, man. They're a good sized cheesesteak. $1.95 and $2 drafts.
Gee, man, you can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah, that's great. So, all right, look, I'll let you go and enjoyed it. And your radio worked the whole time. And no problem. Looks great on the pan adapter. So maybe I'll catch you in the morning. That's a joke. W2SDR.
Oh, shut up. All right. Good talking to you, man. I'm glad everything's finally back to normal there. And I'll finish this, button this up, and send it over to you. I'm not going to post this one online because some of the things we talked about, but I'll send it to you so you can give it a listen there. So, all right, man. We'll talk to you a little bit later. W2SDI, KC3JVE. We'll see you.
I'll catch you later. And I'm glad we came up here. I know you were a little hesitant about the issues that you had before, but now you know it works perfect. So it's really doing good. Sounds really, really good. Catch you later. W2STR clear.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm glad. It was nerve-wracking. I didn't really want to at first, but we're glad. I'm glad to know. I'm glad to know it's back to normal. All right, man. We'll catch you. KC3JVE clear. We'll see you.
All right.